welcome to my channel. I'm Mila, the host keeper, and today we have AJ Simmons of Clean Biz Network. I first met AJ in Chicago. He was a speaker at the Cleaning and Cocktails, the first annual conference, and I saw him speak. He was so inspiring, and it's such an honor to have you today, AJ. Welcome.
Thank you. I appreciate that warm welcome. I appreciate you.
Thanks, AJ. And so before even getting to it, I saw that you have a conference coming. Could you talk to us a little bit about it?
Yes, Mila. So we do have a conference coming up here shortly. It's going to be the CBN Conference, and CBN is obviously Clean Biz Network. I have it's kind of a coaching group too, right? So they've been begging me to do some type of event for years now. I finally ramped up to do it right before COVID came, and then COVID came and threw it all off. So 2021 came, didn't quite get it done. So I said, you know what, 2022, they keep begging, I'm gonna finally do it. I don't know if I'll ever do another one again, but I'm gonna go ahead and get this one out the way because I'm just a homebody like that. But anyway, so it's gonna be an award ceremony. We're gonna highlight, the standouts of the Clean Biz Network. That's gonna be the first night. So it'll be award ceremony that Friday night. We're gonna do a lot, open bar, because we got to have the drinks flowing, make sure everybody's comfortable, right? We're gonna have a DJ, right, live DJ, and just party, celebrate the cleaning industry that first night. Then the second actual day, which is be that Saturday, what is that, April 16th? We'll actually have some speakers. So Ricky Regalado, who hosted the Cleaning and Cocktails event, he'll be at my event, paying a favor back. So he'll be speaking, teaching us how to build a $10 million cleaning company. We have Mr. William Wade speaking, Miss AK, Mr. Wishing Ain't Doing Enough. We have, who else? We have Miss Katrina Johnson over at Tenacity Academy, who's amazing. And then I feel like I'm missing somebody, and myself, all right? And we might have one guest mystery speaker too, but I don't want to mention his name just yet until he confirms for me this week. But it's gonna be a major event. If you can make it, I would love to have y'all get a lot of knowledge from it. A lot of connections gonna be made for sure.
Awesome. And so you spoke a little bit about your conference. Who is this conference for?
It's for anybody that's either aspiring to get in the cleaning industry or that's already in it. So you're going to learn regardless whether you already got started or whether you're looking to get started. My focus has always been with my company is really focusing on helping the aspiring entrepreneurs and then helping the entrepreneurs that's already got started but just need a little bit of guidance. So that's mainly my target.
Awesome. Perfect. I think it's going to be a smash. So this is your first conference?
This is my very first one, and I hopefully it won't show when you get there, right? It was pretty simple to me. I figured, well, this will cost this much, this will cost this much, this will cost this much, and I'll sell this many tickets, and everything's gonna be all right. So we're gonna see if my little philosophy works out.
Awesome! I can't wait. I'm looking forward to seeing it and seeing how it goes because it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun regardless. I know that. That's for sure.
Yes.
It'll be fun.
Absolutely. Cleaning business people are already fun. And then put them all together in a room with you, I think it's going to be amazing.
Absolutely. And a little bit of drink too, that always will help us out, right?
It always helps, especially as people in the cleaning business.
Right.
We're always ready.
Absolutely.
So AJ, what businesses do you have? In other words, how many different income streams do you actually have right now?
That's a great question because technically I only have one business, right? But that one business has a lot of different avenues. Actually, I don't have one business because I got the real estate too. Me and my wife have a real estate company as well. But aside from that, that's long-term play. But Clean Biz Network is my one main business. So within Clean Biz Network, I'll try to remember them all. But the first stream is our calculated clean mobile app, which is like my main, that's the future. Like that is my bread and butter right there. That's what keeps me afloat every single month, the calculated clean, my mobile app. Then we have the lead generation, which is also, every single day, that's what's keeping the engine running with our company. Lead generation, that's basically an appointment setting services that we have. So we provide appointments for anybody looking to get more cleaning customers in the cleaning industry, especially commercial. Well, really all we do is commercial. So that's another stream. Then we have our starter kits. So what the starter kits is basically an e-commerce company where you go online to our website, cleanbiznetwork.com. You want to start a cleaning company, we'll mail you your whole starter kit to you with your supplies and everything you're going to need to get started, as well as a virtual course you can take online, a coaching group, and then it also gives you like free access to that mobile app. What else do we have? Just courses by itself in case you don't need a kit. So we got the regular starter course that you can get because you feel like you can get the equipment by yourself. That's fine. Or you can do the advanced course that just came out, which is the Clean Business Automation course. So I basically teach you how to go from, that the lower levels of entrepreneurship, maybe that 10 grand a month or lower realm, and start elevating and show you how to basically get customers on autopilot as well as hire to get those customers clean on autopilot. So that's my new program I just put out, Clean Business Automation. So there's 4 streams. What am I forgetting? I got my thing right here, YouTube. Okay, so YouTube. I forgot I got like a whole list of my.
That's awesome.
That way I won't veer off, because you get so many new ideas, looking on Instagram and YouTube, and you would get thrown off. And it's like, I already have the things that can make me all the millions I need.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So YouTube is the next stream. Doesn't bring me in much, but I get paid from the YouTube ads, and obviously my YouTube channel is free marketing for all of the other streams that we have. And then finally, there's a bunch of little ones in there, like affiliate sales. We get, I got insurance companies that I refer people to. I get money from that. The bookkeeping program that I use, that bookkeeping company that I use for my company, I recommend it to everybody else, and then they send me like gift cards and all that type of stuff. What else? I'm an affiliate for Amazon, all types of stuff. So lots of affiliate programs, but yeah.
Wow, you stay busy.
Absolutely.
That's insane. And while we had our interview last week,
yes,
you mentioned that you also help people starting out. You show them how to build their own website. Is that a part of one of your courses that you give as well?
Yep. So that's in the Clean Business Starter course. So because I'm like, anybody can Google how to start a cleaning business, right? And you'll get the basic steps. I got a video right on my YouTube channel for free to tell you the basic steps. But what you really going to need to know like a lot more than just get your LLC, look for customers at the end, right? You got to know how to, invoice the customer. So not only do I teach them how to build that website, because you're going to need a website, right? But then you also need to know, well, how do I send an invoice? Well, where do I keep my books? What if I can't afford to hire a bookkeeper? I want to do my books myself. So I teach you all of that type of stuff. You know what I mean? That you're not just going to get all from one YouTube video, right? I put it all together in that course. So yeah, that's in the Cleaning Business Starter course.
Yeah, and that all of that stuff is really important. I talk to a lot of cleaning business owners. They know how to clean, they know how to do the job, but they don't know how to invoice. They don't know how to run operations. So all of that stuff is very important. You guys check out Clean Biz Network on YouTube and the Clean Biz Network website. So with all of that, with all of those revenue income streams, what was your annual income last year?
So last year, I don't know because I haven't done my taxes yet. I'm a slacker, and I'm waiting to the last minute. I really need to get that done. I can tell you 2020, I think if I go off the top of my head, I think I did 600,000 2020. I haven't even looked at 21. This year, I know my lowest month was 59,000. That was in January. February, I think I did, actually I got it right here. February I did 65, and then just March just passed, I did over 100,000. That was my first 100,000 month. Woohoo to that. Right?
Yes, celebration, yeah.
Right. Hopefully,
that's amazing.
I predicted that 21 would be my first $1 million year. It actually wasn't. I don't know what I made, but I know it wasn't a million. So this should be the year where I finally do $1 million in revenue.
And you should, because we had some hard times these last 2 years, not because of our fault. So if you can do already 100 in a month, now who knows what the rest of the year is going to look like.
Absolutely. And speaking of that, you just reminded me, I forgot there's another stream that I literally just added on. So we've gotten back into the commercial cleaning realm. So I originally got my start in commercial cleaning with the franchise years and years ago. Got out of it because I didn't agree with their philosophy, created Clean Biz Network to help people avoid cleaning franchises, right? But a lot of people might have wondered, well, why didn't you just have a cleaning company yourself? Well, the reason was initially I had a non-compete where I couldn't do it, because I had that non-compete with them. Well, that's expired. But then it was like, well, all these streams I'm making was just fine too. So it was like, I really didn't have a need to go back into the clean industry. But just recently I have gotten into it. We start our first account next Tuesday. So that's also another stream as well. So that should definitely help me get to that $1 million a year as well.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I was going to ask you about that because in Chicago, when you were speaking, you did say that you did start out with a franchise, and then you started out your own cleaning thing. So
Yes.
with Cleaning Biz Network. So that's amazing. I love to see that journey and how that goes. I hope I see that on your YouTube channel.
Absolutely. I've been going back and forth with it too. I'm like, should I, because when I first, so one of the things I did when I very first got on YouTube was I used to document, okay, month one, I have X amount of accounts. I got this many, like I used to share that. And I was like, I wonder if I should do that again. But part of me, it's some cons that can come with that. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah,
But,
maybe you could document it, but keep it to yourself unless you feel
right,
like sharing it. But
right.
at least
I
you'll
think I will.
document it.
Definitely.
Yeah. So who is AJ? Like, where were you from, and how was your upbringing growing up as a kid?
Yeah. So I'm from Portsmouth, Virginia. If you're from there, then it's like one of the worst cities in Virginia. They call it Pistol City. So it's not the best of neighborhoods, but let me see. Single parent home. My dad left when I was 8. What else we got? But I tell you what, those 8 years that I got of him being there, it was perfect for me because it did teach me how to be a family man. And you know what I mean? I had what I had for those 8 years. And when he left, he left. So that's that. But still I got a relationship with him now. You know what I mean? We talk pretty often now. My mom go get a hard worker. So I feel like I get my work ethic from her, but I get my big heart from him because he got a big heart too. So and my toughness from him as well. But combine those two together, I guess I'm what you get. So, but I mean, I'm much about my childhood. I really can't speak on it. I mean, not that I can, I just don't know what to say. I mean, that's all I got.
Right. No, it's good. I mean, it kind of was a pop-up question.
Yeah.
Yes, it's always interesting how people grow up, and how did that make them be who they are now. So speaking of that, what made you pursue entrepreneurship instead of doing a 9 to 5 like most of us Americans do?
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna answer a little bit of that last question and segue into this one because I just thought of something that might be important to helping to shape who I become. So I was the middle child too, right? So shout out to my brother Michael and my sister Adisha, who, by the way, that franchise I sold it to my brother Michael when he came home from being incarcerated for 7 years. So still was able to, transition that and help build family wealth on that. But anyway, being that middle child though, I think I probably have this chip, you know what I mean? That I like, the youngest gets the attention, the oldest gets the attention, and the middle one just kind of gets forgotten. So that could be part of, what went into me wanting to be an entrepreneur. And then also, I just knew in high school, early on, I knew it was like, I skipped school almost every day. You know what I mean? High school, my grades were not the best at all. Always had bad grades out of my sister would make straight A's and early in school. My brother would make honor roll. I was the only one that used to like try to hide my report card when report card came. You know what I mean? I would fuss at them like, don't tell them that we got report cards. You know what I mean? So like I was never a good student at all. But I did what I had to do to graduate, so to speak. But anyway, so knowing that though, if I didn't want to be to school now, I knew I didn't want to go to college for 4 more years. So I got lucky, came across, shout out to my friend Monte. He put me onto a guy we used to call Pops, who owned a cleaning franchise with Jenny King. So he hired us. I think I was like 17. And that's where my whole journey into commercial cleaning got started. That was I worked for Pops, and I saw Pops had, the high-rise condo downtown. He was driving his Audi, and I was impressed by that, right? So it was like, and then he writing us checks too. And I never seen a black man own a company and actually, give us checks. You know what I mean? So just like, wow, what, like, can I do this? He's like, yeah, you can do it. And I said, well, what's required? You just put the money up and you invest. And I'm like, wait, what? And I'm like, what about college? You don't have a college degree? No, you don't have none. That's what I'm doing. So I automatically knew as soon as I get my money up, I'm investing and starting me a cleaning company just like he did.
Wow, that's an amazing story. And you got really lucky.
Yeah.
Instead of the way I grew up, I kind of had no choice. I was really bad at school too, just like
Right.
you, but I was forced to really do well just to, make my parents happy.
Right.
And going to college was not an option. You either go to college, you get kicked out the house. That's it. So
Right.
that is really interesting that you met somebody and he kind of took you in and showed you the ropes. Because that was my next question of how you got into the cleaning business. And it was this Pops
Yep.
that
It was
got you
Pop.
there.
Yep.
That's
And I'll be honest
amazing.
too, Pops actually didn't, I won't even say he really took me in. He hired me, but he barely even knew my name. It was, my friend Monte was his protege. Like I was just, soaking up game from afar and seeing it. You know what I mean? He wanted to put Monte in that position though. But now I did meet mentors on the way though. Once I actually invested into the business, who definitely took me, under their wing and showed me the ropes though.
So what
Such
you did, you invested into a franchise.
I did. Initially,
Okay.
I did. Yep. And I did it twice actually. So when I was 19, I bought the first one with Coverall, horrible cleaning franchise owner. I could not clean. I was horrible at cleaning. My priority was not cleaning. My only priority was I'm the next Jay-Z because I own a franchise at 19 years old. You know what I mean? I had that little chip on my shoulder, right? And then just cleaning horribly, rushing to the club instead of cleaning, you know what I mean? Cleaning stuff under the rug, not mopping, losing all of my accounts left and right, right? So I get out of entrepreneurship a little bit. I'm freelance cleaning in between, for other cleaning franchise owners that I met along the way, they will still hire me to work for them. And that helped me to become a better cleaner because I had this mindset of, well, he's an owner and I'm an owner, even though I don't have any accounts anymore of my own, but I'm still an owner, right? And it's like, I can't let this owner hire me as an owner and I do bad for them. So let me make sure that I give my best effort. And even them giving my best effort, they will still find mistakes. And so it was like, wait a minute, anyway, they would come out there and show me what I would miss. Like, hey, those cobwebs up there, you got to get that, right? Or the desk behind that computer screen, you're supposed to get that, right? And so they taught me how to actually clean. And so after, going through this period of time, where I'm not really an owner, but I'm just freelancing, I'm starting to discover these YouTube videos on, mindset and leadership and, Zig Ziglar, Brian Tracy, all these different thought leaders, right? And that's when my mind started shifting. I started to think back, you know what? If I just would have did right with that first cleaning company, I would have been all right. You know what I mean? Like I used to blame them. They taking all my accounts away. Then it started making me realize, you know what? Actually, if I just would have cleaned it right, I probably wouldn't have lost those contracts, right? And so I reinvested again, bought another franchise with this time with Jam Pro, won the franchise owner of the year, which you can see my plaque back here. And needless to say, I guess I don't have to keep telling the story the whole way. But fast forward, I won franchise owner of the year. I wrote a book on cleaning franchises, still available on Amazon today. I forgot that's another stream.
That's another stream.
Something, right? What else we got? And then they eventually moved me down to, so they're the reason that I'm in Florida today because they moved me down to Florida, made me a franchise consultant or something. Well, basically I was an operations manager. I trained the franchise owners as well as went out and did customer retention. So basically I was like the go-to between the customers and us, the cleaning company or whatever. So, but going through all of that and getting hired by them, it helped me really see the inner workings of how their whole system worked. And so once I saw that, I knew that, you know what, it's not a bad model, but if I was in charge, I would do it this way. You know what I mean? And that's why I went on to go to create Clean Biz Network.
Awesome. And it seems like they kind of helped you with your work ethic, your cleaning work ethic on how to really know how to do this stuff. That's cool. And before I keep going with Cleaning Biz Network, so Cleaning Biz Network to me sounds like if I have a cleaning business, I have a commercial cleaning business, and I want to get more work.
Yep.
I call you or I sign up with you with Cleaning Biz Network. And is it that your team is calling people in Houston for me to see if I could do a walkthrough? How does it work?
That's exactly it. So we have about 30 cold callers. They call in right now as we speak, right? And so they work Monday through Friday. So it's simply, everything is online. So you simply go on my website, fill out the application, quick details, right? Where you're located, name of your company, that type of stuff. Once you tell us where you're located, we will literally, call in your city, business by business, because I have a database of all the businesses in the country. And we would just call them one by one, get 100 no's until we get one yes, right? Set that appointment for you, see who you're supposed to meet on that date. You go out there and meet with the person, try to close the deal. That's pretty much the gist of it.
This is awesome. It makes me feel like I could start a commercial cleaning company today, call you or have you call people for me, hire you to call people, and I could get started immediately.
That's it. That's why I have so many testimonials too. Is like, you know what I mean? Anybody can sell a course, right? But it's like, I was like, I want to go a step further. You know what I mean? I want to make sure that if they get my program, like the only way they can say that they failed is if they didn't do what they were supposed to do, because I'm gonna make sure that everything is put in place, especially when they could easily just go over to a franchise where the franchise is gonna guarantee them contracts. I'm not guaranteeing you contracts, but I'm going to guarantee you to put you in the best position to get your own contracts that you actually own, that you actually know how to price, you know what I mean, and all of that type of stuff. So
Right. And this also makes me think, how did you get into this? This is like not a traditional business that, like, yeah, there's cleaning, but Clean Biz Network, you're finding business for other people. I don't really know of other businesses that do that. And I'm pretty sure it's not easy. It's a lot of work. So what made you think about doing this?
you know, the simple stuff we hear in all of these business books and self-help stuff is like, just find a problem in the market, like, and try to solve it. And it was like, okay, the first problem I saw was starter kits, right? It was like people wanted, okay, well, what equipment do I need? Here you go, I got starter kits. Then it was like, well, okay, well, can I get some templates for the contract? So I don't know how the paperwork side goes. So that's when I put the course with it. It's like, okay, well, now you got the course and you got the equipment. And it's like, okay, well, we need some customers, right? And it's like, then we come up with the lead generation. It's like, oh, wait a minute, how do you price the customer? So now I put together the calculator. All right, so now we got it all in one thing. No excuse for you fail. You just gotta get out there and perform. So really, it was just it really revolves around me genuinely wanting to help. Like, how can I help you be successful? And then we're gonna figure out how to monetize that too. But it's like, the most important thing, as long as I focus on the customer in mind first, everything I'll figure out. You know what I mean? So that's what it came from, just trying to figure out a way to help new entrepreneurs get started.
Wow, that is amazing. That's beyond amazing, because you kind of figuring out all the problems all along the way. So nobody has any excuse. If you want to start a cleaning business, you're the one-stop shop.
Honestly.
Okay, well,
Honestly.
I've been talking about starting a commercial business, especially after Chicago. Everybody's talking about how well they're doing with their commercial business. And I literally came back home and I told my husband, I need to sign up with AJ and get some commercial businesses, because I don't have to do anything really.
Right.
Oh man, that's amazing. So speaking of Chicago, when I first saw you in Chicago, I have to tell you, I saw you with your entourage, AKA your family. So how is your family life as an entrepreneur?
Okay, it's amazing, honestly, because it's like they're all involved. You know what I mean? And see, my kids, we lucky enough for one. The first lucky part we have is our struggle phase was when they were babies, so they barely can remember the time that, like, they were around their aunts and their grandma and everybody babysitting them way more than they were around us at that time when we out there cleaning building by building, because I didn't have it systemized yet, right? I didn't know to hire yet, right? So I'm fortunate and lucky that we got through that phase first, but the fact that we were able to do it and they can remember it, it helps, right? So it helps humble them a little bit. Then for them to see the progression, and it's like, then the YouTube really helps, because, you know, they see the subscribers, right? They see that and it means something to them, right? Wow, daddy has, you know what I mean? And then they actually hear the message and they see, like, you know what? That makes sense. Like, they can't understand every little thing, but when I, you know, I mean, some of the basic lessons there, it makes sense to them. And, you know, and then they got to hear me, like, everything is, I'm trying to figure out how to make it into a business, right? I'm always trying to get them to think above the trends and, you know what I mean? Look at what are you really, like, what's really going on here, right? So it's like, everybody in my household has to be doing something. They don't have to necessarily be entrepreneurs, but you just have to have something going on. So it's like, my son knows, okay, what you want to be, what, like, everything that he does is never like working for somebody related. Is how can he create something within that space if he wants to do it. So I mean, it's fun. Then we started our family YouTube channel as well. So yeah.
What's that called?
Life with the Simmons.
Oh, nice. That's a good name.
Thank you. Yeah, my wife, she's running all of that over there. So anything over there, kudos to her, right? But yeah, man, like I said, my wife just started her apparel company. What is it? regalactivewear.us. So you know, just, it's fun. Just inspiring, seeing their growth, seeing how they're doing. My son started a shoe company. We still kind of flatline. He didn't want to put the work in, but he started a shoe company at 8 years old. My daughter, she had a fidget company, but now, I mean, and they hitting their little rocks in the road, but it's just fun to see everybody developing, doing their own little thing.
That's amazing. You have a whole family of entrepreneurs, and you touched on your wife. So when you said we in the beginning,
Mhm.
that was you and your wife cleaning and
Absolutely.
getting out there.
Absolutely. Like, and I say that so much, like in my YouTube videos, too. I'm always like, oh, we this, we that. And every time sometimes I got to stop. I'm like, oh, by the way, I'm talking with my wife whenever I say we, right? Because she's been from beginning to end. And I know, like, if new people come and follow me and they'll see her now with all the little makeup and stuff on sometime and see, oh, you that gold digger, she just with you because you got the money. Like, nah, you ain't got a clue. She was with me when I had nothing, and she had to go to school and go to work, and I had zero. You know what I mean? And she was paying the bills because I was too busy gambling on yet another entrepreneur idea. So, you know what I mean? Like, she been there from the beginning. So definitely shout out to Regina, my wife.
Hey, shout out to Regina. I've seen you guys on Instagram, and you guys seem like a power couple. There's nothing better than love, and on top of it, working, entrepreneurship together. I think it's amazing. Me and my husband do the same thing. So it creates a different kind of life and a lifestyle, especially for the kids. But I think it's just an amazing thing
Yeah.
that you guys are doing and experimenting with life. Having your own family YouTube channel, trying different businesses out. I think it's
Yeah.
amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, with that said, you did talk about your kids. What what as a parent? I'm a parent. Mine is only 3. I don't even know what she's gonna do or
Right.
how I'm gonna go about it because I was raised differently, and the only way I know how to raise her is kind of like the way I was raised. But now that I'm older, now that I've been to college, and if I would have actually known about Clean Biz Network when I was in college or college age, I probably would have never done that. I would have just thrown all my faith into that. So what do you think your kids will do? What kind of what do you hope for them in the future?
That's funny you asked that. So me and my wife was just talking about that, right? We was talking about how they'll probably go to college, even though we didn't, and even though we're not pushing them to, right? It's like we know you don't need it. You know what I mean? But I think they overhear us talking about how fun it looks sometimes. Like, dang, I kind of do wish I could have went to a HBCU just for the fun of it. Like, I don't even care about the studies part, but just for the fun of it. But
Right.
I don't know. We'll see. I mean, and honestly, like I don't even really have a vision for it anymore because it's like technology is changing everything, the world is changing. And I might not, I'm like, when it comes to politics, I'm basically neutral, right? So I won't say I'm liberal, I won't say I'm conservative or anything. But when it
Especially
comes to
now.
right? But when it comes to parenting, I'm definitely liberal. Like I'm so open to any new thing because I understand that there's things that I know and learned very early on that my parents just didn't know. And so I'm aware that that could happen with my kids, right? So I'm always listening, learning. I'm open. Like, my son might be an NBA player slash owner of a spaceship company slash something all at 25. Like, ain't no telling what you could do. Or he might not be anything, right? He might go be a bum on the corner and be happy with that. I don't know. And I don't care. You know what I mean? It's just
Right.
like, whatever, wherever his life takes him, I'm just going to do my best to be a positive influence and be, uh, a helping hand. If he asks for help, I'll be there, give him my insight and what I think I know, right? I swear, like I'm not married to any philosophies or anything for the most part. And then my wife is almost the polar opposite, right? She's very traditional, not very traditional, but she's more along the lines of how we were raised, right? So, and I love the balance because she makes sure the discipline is still there, right? And I can discipline too now, but for the most part, you know what I mean? That's like her thing. She makes sure everything is still has order. And then I make sure that we still have some room to have creativity there too. So perfect balance. And I don't know where their lives are going to take them. But I just know hopefully there's something greater come from this, right?
Yeah, that's amazing. And I have the same kind of thoughts.
Yeah.
I just want my kid to be the best at whatever they decide to do.
Right.
Actually, that makes a point when I remember a long time ago when I used to come home and watch Oprah with my mom,
Yes.
and Tiger Woods' dad. I mean, he stayed in my head forever. I remember him sitting down with Oprah and saying, I don't care what my son does. I don't care, if he's a plumber, but he better be the best plumber out there.
Right.
So that's how I thought when I first started this business too. I'm like, okay, I went to college, but now I'm about to go into a cleaning business. I'm I'm just going to try to be the best that I can be. It doesn't matter if I'm, the cleaning lady. I'm just going to try to be the best that I can be. So I think that's great for the kids to know. Another question to follow up with that, actually. So what do you see the future as with you and your wife and your kids? I don't know, let's say 10 years from now. What are your long-term goals?
So we were just at it's a couple friends we had. Shout out to Todd and Ebony. We were just at their 10-year anniversary, right? And then we were playing this little couples game, and we were supposed to guess. This was a question we were supposed to guess what the other one would say, and they said, "In 10 years, what is your goal?" At the time, I didn't know. They had the time limit. I couldn't think of it. But when I went home, I thought about that question more, right? And so, honestly, I think in 10 years, I look forward to my kids being young adults who are just free. You know what I mean? Out here doing anything. I'm excited to see what they do. And then me and my wife, we traveling. We free. We out here. Look, we gonna be in. I don't know. You said in 10 years, I'll be in my early 40s. Yeah, we out here. We're gonna be.
That's
all
right.
This working out gonna pay off. We're gonna be chilling.
That's right. That's what I hope. That's what I hope too. Especially for me, I can't wait to start traveling. And yeah.
Clean Biz Network will have a new face. Hopefully, they'll forget about me by then. I won't be like. I'm chilling. Like I might have a social media, but I probably post maybe once a quarter. Like I'm getting out of here.
Okay. You're ready to retire early.
I'm setting it all up. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. I don't set anything up. I like roam like a butterfly.
Right.
But
don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna ever retire. It's more so I just want to retire from the internet. Like I don't want to be out there too much, because I never wanted fame to begin with. I wanted money, because I was broke, right? I really wanted wealth, you know what I mean? So it's like I'm building that. I got enough to build that. I leveraged building a personal brand to get what I really wanted. But it's like now I do see the benefits of having that personal brand. So I'll probably never like disappear 100%, but I definitely want to like chill a little bit, put somebody else in place to be the face of the company and grow it from afar. And I'll be working on new projects. More boring stuff behind the scenes.
Absolutely. So speaking of projects, do you have a team? Do you do all of this by yourselves? How do you make sure that your businesses are organized every day?
This is a great question, and because it gives me the opportunity to shout out some key people that should have been shouted out a long time ago.
Okay.
So, let's see. First, we got to start with my wife. All right. Start with my wife first because everything, right? Everything that I'm doing or have done, she's been a help, and to this day she at least still does something with Clean Biz Network. She's not even on salary anymore with Clean Biz Network right now, but I want to do something, you know what I mean? I want to do something. So she handles a piece of the lead generation portion for me. Shout out to Bill, because Bill runs the entire lead generation. I don't even look at the lead generation service, and that's the one thing, like all of these things, I don't have any employees except for that lead generation service. That thing requires a lot of people to make it run the way it runs. So, and shout out to Bill, because she runs it all. I don't even have to look at it. What else we got? Yak Yak. Shout out to Calvin Yak Yak Weaver, who does all of my social media, right? So every time you see me posting 1,000 times a day, that's him. Thank you. Right. My videos, if you see the edited ones, that's him. Thank you. You know what I mean? The podcast, the whole entire podcast, I have no idea what's on it, how to run it, anything. He does all of that. You know what I mean? He got me on all these platforms. I didn't even know I was on iHeartRadio. I just checked it one day and I was there. You know what I mean? So shout out to Yeah, for sure. He's the one that you see follow me around with the camera. You know what I mean? So shout out to him. Let's see, who else on the team, man? I'm gonna be mad if I miss somebody, but for the most part, that's it though. That's really the main team. I mean, most of the stuff you see done, like every single website I have, the app I have, everything, I built it. You know what I mean? I typically won't do anything that I don't understand. And then once I understand it, I'll delegate and let other people get in charge of it. But like I said, there's certain things when people come to me like Yak Yak did with the podcast where I don't know how to do that. And it's like, you know what, I trust you, go do it. You know what I mean? So
that's amazing.
Yeah, but for the most part, the whole vision and the execution of stuff is mostly me. But I definitely have a team of people who helps to make sure that this stuff runs. So
that's good, and that's important to know, especially for me. I don't I don't really have a team. You just saw my friend Grace helping me out here, but it's really important now that I hear you speaking. I almost wrote down notes, but I know now this is recorded. But it's cool to know that you have the key people who have the they do the execution of all this stuff on the social media platforms, and Bell with your Clean Biz Network, have all these key people in place so that you can continue to create and, you know, do more things.
Yeah. And
That's
I just
important.
thought about some more people: Sean Richards, DB3, Mr. Cole, Makia. These are the people who are inside the private Clean Biz Network Facebook group, and they also help that to run, because, you know, groups could go left. You know what I mean?
Right.
You let the energy go wrong in there, they can go left. But these key people are in there. I didn't ask them to do it. I don't pay them to do it. It's just I genuinely help them, and they like to genuinely help me back. Most of their companies are bigger than, you know, some of them pass me. You know what I mean? These people I'm naming. And they still find the time, take the time out to still go in that group and help moderate for me. So I definitely can't thank them enough either.
That's amazing. Well,
Right.
to all these people, that's amazing.
Right.
That's amazing. I need to get up on that game, having the right people in place, because I'm one of those people who want to do everything by myself, and I think I can do everything, but I cannot. Yeah. So learn something from AJ and give some responsibilities and delegate to other people. I think that's extremely important. So AJ, anybody watching right now, young children, people who want to have be an entrepreneur or start a business, and they don't know where to go, what to do, what would you advise them to have as their first step?
Oh, first step. Literally YouTube, right? Whatever you think about doing, YouTube it and then go do it. So that's the literal answer. I guess the more philosophical answer would simply be, you know, just do it. I mean, same thing, but just without the technical stuff, but literally just do it. Like, and when I mean just do it, like literally try everything, y'all, because before Clean Biz Network was a company, I tried everything. I tried e-commerce. I tried drop shipping. I tried playing with apps. I tried everything that I actually have now. But I was trying those things first: affiliate sale, all of the make money stuff that they say you can do, write an ebook, print money tomorrow. You know what I mean? All of that little get rich quick schemes that they say is BS. The way that they're framing it to you is BS, because it's not going to happen for you overnight. But the actual tactics are not BS. All of this stuff can work if you work. And you got to understand, I've been building and I've been doing business since I was 19. I didn't probably start seeing actual money until I turned 28, 29. You know what I mean? So definitely put some time into it, and definitely remember that. And I want to lead this one last thing too, for the young people in particular, but for anybody. Before I bought my first cleaning franchise, I was smart enough to read my entire FDD. That's called the franchise disclosure document, which most people don't read. But anyway, I was smart enough to do that. And at the very end, they had a list of every single franchise owner, former franchise or current franchise owner that ever owned one. So I picked random names out the group to call and to get what they would think about it before I bought in. This one guy said something that probably changed my life. He said, wait, and after I'm asking all these questions, he was like, wait, how old are you? And I was like 19. He said, oh shit, buy in. You got plenty of time to mess up. And when I heard it, it kind of turned me off, because I'm like, mess up? So you telling me that if I get this business, I'm gonna mess up? Like, I ain't know how to take that. But over time, I took it the way that he intended it and the way I should have took it, which was, you got time. You know, like, the worst thing gonna happen is you're gonna learn from it anyway. You know what I mean? And so that's how I approach everything now. I always look as long-term as possible. What's the worst that can happen? I got plenty of time to mess up. And that's what I want to tell you. You got plenty of time. Just do it. You know what I mean? Just do stuff.
That's really good. That's really good, because the way that he said it, you have time to mess up. It sounds like, you know, because you don't want to mess up, especially when you're younger. You don't want to mess up, but you are going to mess up. That's what happens. That's how you grow. So I love that story. I love that story. So let's turn it around now, because you know what? You did rapid fire with me. I'm going to do rapid fire with you. That threw me all the way off. So I'm now curious as to, like, what you think.
All
So
right, here we go.
the first things that you think when I say these words.
Okay.
Virginia.
Oh man. Home.
Mm.
I'll leave it there. Home.
Entrepreneurship.
Mandatory if you come from nothing.
Mm. Let's leave a pause for that. Let's leave a pause. And and I don't even think you have to come from, I mean, I didn't come from a lot. I had what I needed, but I think entrepreneurship is so important. And especially if you come from nothing, anybody can do this, especially live in this country.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Which another, the next one, the American dream.
Okay, you got me back.
I'm getting you back.
The American dream is so many things. Good gracious. I guess it depends on what you define the American dream as, right?
Right.
So I guess put it this capitalism. Capitalism, learn it, understand it, and master it. Don't complain about it. Just figure out how you can win in that game. And if you want to change it later, change it after you get rich.
Absolutely. I agree. This is the greatest country for capitalism. Okay. So we need to take advantage.
Right.
I sure do. I'm trying to make as much money as I possibly can on this earth.
Right.
We can
Why
try.
You know what I mean? Especially if you got good intentions. I mean,
right. We have the opportunity. So Facebook or Instagram?
Neither. I hate them both. Calculated clean, my app.
Yeah.
All right. If I had to pick one though, Instagram. I'll go Instagram. It's less invasive, and the people I follow, when I do follow people, it's nothing but motivation I see up there anyway.
Nice. So, what is your favorite hobby?
I already told you that. Favorite hobby is literally drinking beer, playing music, two-stepping in the house by myself, or I get to freestyling after a while if you really get me chilling, and then or playing NBA 2K. That's about it.
You can freestyle?
Oh, don't get me started.
Oh my God, we gotta go to Jacksonville. That's where you're gonna have your conference, and somebody make him freestyle, please.
We definitely.
Key to business success.
Tenacity. Like never quit. And I use that word with no pun intended. Shout out to Miss Johnson, because I know that's the name of her company, but that's just it. That's a perfect word. I love that word. It's tenacity. Like never ever quit, no matter what. That's it.
That's important.
Yeah.
I love that. Your favorite movie?
Don't have one. If I had to think of one right now, because I don't watch a lot of TV, but every now and then I will. Maybe The Founder. The McDonald's movie about Ray Kroc. So maybe that one right now. I'll probably change my mind. It used to always be Paid in Full. That was always one, but now I'm to a point where I'm kind of over the whole drug dealing, right, the rich stuff. So
that's funny that you say that, because that was going to be my second one when you asked me last time.
For real?
Yeah, because I love business, and I don't really watch movies, but I love like true story, documentary, and when you come from nothing or you're just a creative person. So I like that you said that, because that's kind of like my number two.
That's what's up.
I love that one. Favorite book?
Favorite book? Millionaire Fast Lane by MJ DeMarco.
Never heard of that one.
That is, you might not need it now, but because you already got the mindset. But I'm telling you, that one basically, it'll show you. It basically gave me the framework of get rich in 10 years, because 10 years is quick. You know what I mean? Like people, you got the old term people that want to invest, and then be a millionaire when you turn 55 or 65 or however old. And it's like, no, his book is no. Get rich quick, but just don't understand that quick is not 6 months to a year. Quick is 10 years.
Right.
You know what I mean? So go from 0 to, 20 million in 10 years. And I guarantee you'll be just as happy if, as somebody that got rich quick in 6 months. You know what I mean? Because that don't even exist anyway.
Right. So. That's amazing. Awesome. Favorite music genre?
You know what? I want to do my top 5 rappers, but it's actually not rap though. It's R&B. It's old school in particular, but I like R&B the best if I had to choose between the two.
Okay, so who are your top 5?
Okay, top 5 rappers or
No, for your music genre that you that I mean, yeah,
so Marvin Gaye number 1.
really.
Number 1. After that is a toss up, so I'm just gonna say anybody in any order. So Babyface is in there for sure. There's a lot. All right, Tony Braxton,
Oh.
Keith Sweat,
Ooh.
and that's only right now. Keith Sweat might drop out later. The Isley Brothers, maybe. That's I could stick with that. But I tell you what, I gotta salute to Beyonce though. Even though I'm not like I don't listen to a lot of her music, but you cannot deny the work that she put in though. Like
Right.
she a beast. So we'll definitely mention shout out to her. R. Kelly too. And I'm sorry who those who don't like it, but as an artist, I appreciate his work.
I know he's a touchy subject.
Yeah.
He's a touchy subject. But you know, there was a day before I was thinking about the word fiesta. And I was like, damn, it's too bad I can't play that.
Right. Can't even
This is a good song. I mean, as an artist, he was a good artist. And I'm just curious. Anyway, who are your top 5 rappers then?
Let's do it.
Yes.
So, I always like to do my punchline rappers. If I go punchline only, I always got 2 lists there. Top 5 rappers and the top 5 punchline rappers because I'm a punchline rapper myself. And I'll go Jadakiss, Cassidy, Black Thought, Ludacris used to be, and then Banks used to be, Lloyd Banks. But I ain't heard too much from them in so long. And I'm in my top 5.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm in my top 5. So anyway, that's what I got. I'll leave it at that. You want my all-time though, or you just want the punchline? I give you the all-time top 5.
Okay, let's do. But you know what? That made me think of. Do you do any freestyling on any of your YouTubes?
I got some songs on there, yeah.
You know what? That's amazing.
I got some songs on. I thought she was about to throw a beat on. I said, you won't be the first one actually. Somebody should actually did that to me. And I was able to give him a little something. So I'll be ready if you try me now.
Oh man, I wish I would have known because I don't have any beats. I don't know about any of that, but I love a freestyler.
Right.
You know, you have to think fast, and I can't think that fast. I'll tell you that much.
Right.
So I think it's just amazing to have that ability to have words and then do something with them.
Right.
It's amazing.
And so you talking about a true freestyle. You know, these days they say a freestyle is when you say a memorized verse over a beat. And it's like that technically ain't freestyling, but all right. You know what I mean?
You know what? I mean, you have to put this in your conference. You got to do like a speech and a sort of a freestyle. I mean, you have to. You have to.
You tempting me now.
Oh my goodness, that would be so cool if you just went up there and did a freestyle. I mean, everybody would be so thrilled. That would be so cool. Just an idea.
I might consider that.
That's just an idea. So AJ, you talked a little bit about your app. We've heard about Clean Biz Network and how it works. How does the app work? Who uses the app? What is it for? Can you tell me a little bit about it?
You know, that's an interesting part too. You say who uses it is because I got surprised when I realized exactly who was using it. So it was intended for, you know, I'm always targeting the new aspiring entrepreneurs as well as early startups because I want to help them the most, right? But as the app has grown, you know, we even got, you know, $1 million companies using our app now and big nonprofit companies that have been in business longer than I've been born that I had no idea was using it till they reached out one time. So, but yeah, all types of, if anybody in this industry is using the app. So let me talk about the app. The app is actually a social network for the cleaning industry. So when you first open the app, you're going to see an activity feed. It's almost identical to Facebook. You can love, like, share, post gifts, all that type of stuff. So it's a social media platform, but then it's also the bidding calculator is up there. It has a proposal generator. It has an inspection feature, walkthrough feature, all type of stuff. I feel like you can create invoices. Now you can't collect payment on it. It's not like QuickBooks, but it's just an invoice generator, right? So hopefully we'll get to that point. But I mean, it's everything, pretty much everything in one place. And then obviously on that, the whole purpose of the social media aspect of it is so you can ask questions, right? Because even with a calculator, you might say, well, the calculator said this, but are you sure? Can I do that? So that's where you can go to ask the people, hey, how can I do this? Or how do you bid on this? Or how did you get customers or anything? So I think it's definitely going to change the game. And once I really hone into that app and go all in on it, it's definitely going to change the industry for sure.
Absolutely. I didn't even know that. So I'm about to hop on that app when I get off.
Please
Because,
do. Please do.
yeah, because it's so helpful.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow. You're doing some big things, AJ. And I know the more that you focus on them, you're just going to blow up.
Absolutely. Thank you. I appreciate that. And that's mutual, by the way, because I'm telling you, when your app come, I'm telling you, like, you know how you were saying you're going to get in a commercial?
Yep.
I have some better ideas. I think you can do the exact same thing that I'm doing just for Airbnb.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
I'm going to check it out.
Yeah, we'll talk. We'll talk.
We'll talk. I love that we're going to talk more after this. You know what I'm
Right?
saying? I love that we met. I love that we have this connection. I love that we're in the cleaning business, and I can't wait to learn more from you.
Absolutely. Same here. Same here.
Thanks.
Right.
And finally, how can we follow your journey?
Yep. So AJ Simmons on YouTube. Definitely. YouTube is the central headquarters of everything. So definitely go to my AJ Simmons YouTube channel. AJ Simmons online on Instagram, and www.cleanbiznetwork.com. That's my 3 platforms. So appreciate everybody for watching.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. Like and subscribe. Follow Clean Biz Network on YouTube, and follow Mila the housekeeper as well. Thank you, AJ, for being here. This is my first episode. I'm so excited that, you did this with me, and, you kind of baking on me. So I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Mila. I appreciate it. I had a great time. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, everybody.